To change a flat tire on a bike, a step-by-step explanation. Who these instructions are for. These instructions are for people who are new to biking and are seeking a quick guide, for those who have replaced a flat before but may need a reminder, and for anyone seeking to teach others. These instructions are meant to help people of all ages change a flat tire. Knowing how to replace a bike tire can save you time and money. Prolonged use can damage your bike or cause injury. Always remember, safety is a priority. When conducting any bike maintenance, make sure to get off any trail or path to avoid crashes with other bike riders. What you'll need. Number 1 will be a safe location. Make sure to remain off paths or trails. Next thing you'll need is a replacement inner tube. It is very important that the tube matches the size of the tire. Next thing you'll need are 2 tire levers. These may or may not be included with the tube itself. You'll also need a wrench depending on the bike you have for the tires and removal. And lastly, you'll need a pump that matches the tire valve on the tube. Gloves are optional, as well as lights if you're in a dark area. And bike repair stands like the one found above can be found along popular paths or trails. They contain tools for not just flat tires but all sorts of bike maintenance. Before we get started on the instructions, below are pictures that may help guide you throughout the instruction process. On the top row, you'll find a bike tube, a bike tire, and a bike wheel rim. These will be referenced throughout the instructions, and it is very important to know which part is being explained. Next, on the bottom left, PSI and tire dimensions are shown on the side of the tire. It is very important to know the tube dimensions and that they match the tire dimensions, and PSI is needed for the appropriate air and the inflation that you'll need. To the right of that, you'll find 2 types of valve that are the most common on bike tubes, and they are the Presta valve and the Schrader valve. These will need to match the pump so that you can inflate properly. Now onto the instructions. Step 1. Remove the tire. First, you'll need to flip the bike upside down where it's resting on the seat and the handlebars, like the picture on the left shows. Next will be actually removing the tire, and this may or may not require a wrench based on the bike type. Next, you'll have to lift upwards to remove the bike from either the front or the back. Step 2. Remove the flat tube from the tire. If the tube isn't fully deflated, you'll refer to the top right picture, which shows how to properly deflate the tube depending on the valve type. Next, you'll want to pry the tires off of the rim by using the tire levers. Place these about 3 spokes away and lift upwards and pull outwards. Once you have this removed, you'll want to remove the deflated tube from the tire. This can be done by using the dull end of the tire lever and pulling outwards. It doesn't really matter if you rip the tube for this one because it's already flat. Once you do this, you'll want to remove any sharp items from the bike tire that may have caused the original tube to go flat or to rip or to pop. These can be glass shards, these can be goat heads, or even rocks could pop the new tube if they are not fully removed before installing the new tube. Step 3. Reinstall the new tube. First, you'll want to place the pump head on the valve and inflate lightly. This will help maintain the shape of the tire and will make the installation process easier. Next, what you'll want to do is insert the tube into the tire itself. Again, slightly inflated tube. Next, you'll want to line the valve of the tube with the tire around the valve hole on the rim itself. Once you do this, you'll place the tire with the tube onto the rim. The next part is the most difficult part, but it involves tucking the tire into the rim itself. This can be done like the picture shows with the tire levers. You'll want to make sure that as you're securing the tire into the rim on one side, that the other side does not get removed. You can use a tire lever for these once it gets too tight for your hands to do it. You'll also want to ensure that the tube does not get caught between the tire and the rim itself. This can cause damage if you don't catch it early enough, because at the time that you inflate, you can pop the new tube and be screwed. If step 3 was completed successfully, you're ready for step 4, inflate. For this step, you'll want to inflate the tire to the recommended PSI. The recommended PSI can be found on the side of the tire. If you're in a hurry or your pump does not display PSI, you can match the tire pressure of the non-flat tire just fine. Next, you'll want to flip the bike over and ride around slowly. This is done to ensure that the tire remains full of air and that the tube does not get caught between the tire and the rim. If all the steps were done properly and the tire does not deflate, congratulations, you just changed a flat tire.